Welcome back to This Week at the Able Dial, where this week I go to Munster. But before we get into that, I just want to apologize for last week. I know I said I went to Connaught, the western region of Ireland, but I also went to County Clare, which I'm now learning is in Munster. So technically, we've already been to Munster with the Cliffs of Moher. But we're going to other arguably famous parts of Munster, the final of the four provinces of Ireland, the most southern one, and lots of famous stuff here, including some important Irish historical sites, both of course, in Cork City in County Cork, revolving around the Irish Civil War and the Rebellion, but also going back to ancient Irish history through St. Patrick and the Irish High Kings, starting off with our first stop in Munster. So I have made it to Munster here in the town of Cashel in County Tipperary at the Rock of Cashel, which is a large castle that was the site of both St. Patrick Christianizing several Irish kings, as well as the first High King of Ireland being crowned. So kind of a big deal here in the south of Ireland, enjoying the beautiful Irish weather with some lovely Irish ruins. So behind me as I'm walking through this both ancient and modern cemetery, you'll see the actual Rock of Cashel and the cathedral that was at least left of it. It's super cool, the ruins in the beautiful rain and the lovely Munster. Of course, this is where Brian Boru was crowned High King of Ireland in the capital of the Kingdom of Munster in 1002. Brian Boru in 1002, how fun. Lovely, delightful, very Irish, and a great way to start off the trip to Munster. Moving on from Cashel, Ireland's arguably most important historical castle, to one of its most famous in Blarney. So I have made it to County Cork in the south, very famous of course for Cork City, and one other very noticeable tourist attraction, the world famous Blarney Castle and subsequent Blarney Stone. It's a stone that an ancient Irish guy who used to live here used to kiss, and it gave him the gift of the gab, which is basically like the ability to talk and yap so well you can get anything you want done. So if you kiss the same stone, you also receive the gift of the gab. So our goal is to hike up Blarney Castle to kiss a rock upside down and receive magical talking powers here in Munster. Mission accomplished. There it is behind me. The gab has been successfully gifted. I climbed up. It was an extensive 90-minute long Disney Channel length experience. But we made it to the top, and it was beautiful. The views stunning. Of course, I saw some cows. Had to go through some delightful, very tight passageways. And I guess overall, it was interesting for sure. A lot smaller than I expected. We have to hang upside down, but it's done. Gab was gifted, and now I'm fully blessed by the 5 or 6 different stories that tell you about this rock to yab. So that's great. So I'm going to keep talking in Cork. So our last stop here in Munster is Cork City here in County Cork. Of course, now we've been blessed with the gift of the gab. So we are gabbing. There's fun Irish Republican stuff here. Michael Collins is not from Cork City, but he's from Cork County. And they got stuff here for him. It's a pretty nice city. They like to, for lack of a better term, take the piss when it comes to talking about Dublin. That's Irish for they don't like Dublin. There's a bit of a rivalry between the two cities, but as a person who lives in Dublin, I have to be a little more in favor of the place I actually live and work. But Cork is nice. Cork is friendly. The people here are delightful, and there's a lot of red and white everywhere because they take their GAA sports insanely seriously here. But overall, a bunch of stuff to do in this city. It's big. It's Ireland's second biggest city if you don't include Belfast, and it's its third. And just right here, there he is on his bike. Good old Mikey Collins. sadly killed in County Cork on his way back to Dublin, fighting the Civil War. There he is. Look at that. Exciting stuff. But yeah, we're going to go to the English market. I don't know why it's called that. Of course, Ireland famously hates the English. Yesterday was the Euro final, and I was in an Irish pub, and they were delighting that Spain beat the English. So let's go see if the English market is English at all. So the rivalry between Cork and Dublin is a lot deeper than you think. It's not just in GAA and Irish sports, but it's in everything from the culture to the way they have certain slang words to, of course, because this is Ireland, the beer, specifically stout. Now, of course, Dublin is the home of the world-famous Guinness brewery and Guinness in general. Of course, you can find Guinness in all of Ireland, including Cork. But Cork is also home to two other stouts, like Murphy's. Which is a little sweeter than a pint of Guinness. It has a little less of a kick to it. Interesting. Certainly something that is different. But it's not even just Murphy's. It's also the much funnier named, in my opinion, Beamish. Beamish is our last stout of the day. Okay. You know, it's important to note with every good Irish stout, it's not just Guinness. You always have to follow the steps. It's the 6-step pour for all of them. Well, not the patented Guinness 6-step pour, but you gotta pour once and then you pour on the other side and you let it sit both between pours, and once you get the stout, no matter what brand you're getting, you're gonna have to follow the rules. So let's go try Beamish. Will it be like a beam-ish? That's a terrible joke. I thought I kissed the rock. I thought I could talk well. It did not work. Wait a minute, never mind. It worked. The magic of the Blarney Stone is real. The gift of the gab, because I've gabbed so much that this is maybe just beginner's luck. Wait, give me a second. Now, I'm not like a beer sommelier, if that's even a thing, but I've had a lot of beers in my day. I've had a lot of stouts since the month and almost a half I've lived here in Ireland. And that is delightful. This is a fantastic stout. This is creamy. It's rich, has all the flavor, has the punch, but also the sweetness. I think Beamish is the best stout in Ireland. Now, don't get me wrong. I still love Guinness, and I love all stouts, but this is great. I love Cork. Well, there you have it. Munster, the southern province. We've officially completed it north, south, east, and west. Of course, we're not going to all 32 counties, but I hope these provinces can suffice. Now, we've had some time experiencing and traveling all around Ireland, trying things like sandwiches and pints, but it's time to get to something that is distinctly Irish, that is almost impossible to find outside of Ireland unless you go to an Ireland-themed restaurant, but not for Irish food. Next week, join us as we dive into Irish Chinese food and their unique invention, the spice bag.